Hello everyone, and welcome to the show. Happy holidays to everyone. So yes, on today's live show, an end of year special. So a catch up really about some of the news that we've had recently, and also about everything that's been happening all year with Pico, Pico2s, RP2040s, RP2350s, and everything else that I think is cool. And of course catch up on some of my projects and what's going on with them, plus some of the behind the scenes stories around my channel and the stuff going on, as well as an opportunity to talk a little bit more to you and respond a little bit more directly when you ask me questions and things. So all good stuff. So hi guys, I'm John, your concierge, the world of the Raspberry Pi Pico, Pico2, IoT, robotics, fun tech and other fun tech. Welcome to my channel, welcome to the live stream. And we're in Christmas jumper mode, as we're in the full Christmas season, and Jingle Bots seemed appropriate for a Christmas jumper, don't you think? So this is a bit of a more relaxed view on the live stream, around the world of the Pico and the stuff that I do around my channel most of the time. So there we go. So I hope everyone is having a great holiday season. Let me know how it's all going, chilling out, eating too much. If it's your first time watching the channel, then thank you very much for joining. If you're returning, then definitely thank you very much for coming back. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate all your likes, all your helps, all your subscribes, all of your comments and all of your thoughts. So how is everyone? How are all the projects going and things? Because this is a good time of year often for people to get a bit of downtime away from the office to get some work done. I'm just going to drop that camera down a bit so I get a slightly better view of the stuff behind me. So I hope your projects are going well. Some of mine are, some of mine aren't. As always, projects are not always easy to do, are they? I always like to hear your stories around your projects, so please do get in touch. Use that live chat facility to let me know what you're up to and what's going on. And it's opportunity to chat and move away from the chocolates, because you want to. This time of year, there's always the chocolates just around the corner, and we're always eating far too much, like Santa here. To continue the conversation going, just like I did last time, I'm going to hang around on the DevEco Discord server after this conversation and after this show, so we can have a bit of a chat as a group and talk direct to direct. So if you want to do that, then please do sign yourselves up to the Discord server, or just follow me over there, and I'll be on the Dr Jon EA channel, and we can continue the conversation. And why I'm talking about Discord servers, I need to plug another Discord server. So if you haven't come across it, there's the simple Robotics IX server, which can be found through that address, and I will add it into the show notes, don't worry. And this used to be a really active server, then it went quiet for a bit, and now they're really trying to bring more activity into the server, covering robotics, embedded systems, IoT, other development activity, gaming, lots of stuff there. So please go and have a look at that. It could become quite an interesting server and an opportunity to learn from other people. And that's what we're all about, isn't it, really? Learning about stuff and getting fun tech out there. So what's on today's special holiday season show? Well, normal agenda really. Let's have a chat about news, what's going on, what I've seen, catch up on projects, catch up on what my intentions are on the channel and where the channel's going, and I'll answer any Q&A. I don't have any canned questions this time, so it's absolutely your opportunity to ask me some live questions, because if you don't, I've got no questions. So that's how it's going to go. Yeah, let me just wander over and check on what viewer activity we've got, who's around, see what I can see. Not a lot at the moment, so please do say hi, please do chat, and I'd love to know you're all out there and that I'm not talking to myself. That's always good to know. But yeah, so okay, well, let's move on and chat about news and what's going on in the world of the Pico and other exciting tech as I've seen it. Well, what's going on now and what's been going on? So, you know, actually it's been a really big year for Raspberry Pi, I think, and they've launched an awful lot of stuff, and that's most of the tech that we talk about. Hey, hi Billy, thanks for joining, and thanks for watching the Pico battery monitoring video. That's a good one, and good to have you there. So yes, so Raspberry Pi, it's a big year, and since we last talked, well, we've had the launch of the RP2040 and or the Pico 2W launched, and the CM5 module as well. So these were cool. I mean, the Pico 2W, now we all knew it was launching just before Christmas, and I was predicting that it was going to be after Thanksgiving, and I was wrong, wasn't I? So it was actually the Monday morning UK time before Thanksgiving that I announced it, which was great for me because I got a video out there very quickly talking about it, and it got some really good views, which is wonderful, and also I was able to get hold of one pretty quick too and have a play. There are a great deal of surprises with what the Pico 2W can do. It is what we thought it was. It's got the module on we expected to see on there, so for Wi-Fi, so all good. And since launch, you know, I've played with the device. I've put out some videos talking about playing with the device, and by and large it's pretty good and all works. I did stumble into an annoying bug on the SDK 210 when I was trying to work with my web services, and yes, this did actually turn out to be a bug in Raspberry Pi's code, which hopefully they're going to get fixed because it is slightly annoying. But I explained on that video how to fix that bug, so you know, it's out there, we've got it, we can play with it, we can have fun, and I'm sure I will be doing lots more with it as we go on. The other one that has come out since I last talked to you on a live stream is the CM5 module, this compute module. So compute modules are really cut down versions of the full Raspberry Pis designed for embedded compute. So they don't use SD cards, they actually have proper flash memory on them for storing the OS. They don't have a lot of, well, they don't have any true connectors on them. There is a sort of, yes, they are very much designed to sit on a daughter board or sit on another board and embed in to get out all of their peripherals and connections. I haven't, I must say, done anything with any compute modules over the years. I've tended to use full-size Raspberry Pis most of the time. They are quite interesting for doing some stacks, and for some of my future plans around robotics and things, I might get into this and I might play with them. Certainly, you know, groups that I run, like the Breaking Bread boards in Brighton and Hove, which is community group if you happen to be in the south of the UK, to look at tinkering with all this stuff. We had a great presentation just before Christmas where they had actually designed a nice daughter board for holding out a compute modules and actually embedding this into a gaming console concept, which looked really, really cool. So you know, it's good stuff, good stuff out there. I mean, you know, if we look at 2024, it's been a massive year for Raspberry Pi. We've had the RP2040 and the Pico 2, and the Pico 2 launched back in August. We've had new touchscreens. We've had updates to Raspberry Pis. We've had AI module, AI camera modules. We've had AI modules as well, but an AI hat to go on the Raspberry Pi. So it's been a really big year for stuff. Yes, we've had some disappointments as well. I think we're all a little bit disappointed about the hardware bug within the RP2040, and you know, forewarned is forearmed. You know, if we know about it, we can avoid it. I know some people have said, oh no, it's almost impossible to avoid, but I think you can redesign, you can design around it if you know about it in advance. And the RP2040 is making its way into lots of products out there as well. I was having a look and noticing that the WaveShare touchscreens that these touchscreens, little tiny watch size touchscreens, they're all seem to be being migrated over to RP2040s, and you can now buy them with RP2040s. PIMoroni screens also they're working on putting them over to 2040s as well. The reason why they're doing that and moving to that is got to be the additional RAM space, which means that you suddenly got space to actually hold frame buffers for those sorts of devices. And that's obviously a very exciting and useful place to be, and really where I think they're going with that, and why we're suddenly seeing a rush of RP2040 devices coming out. But isn't that exciting? Lots more types of RP2040 boards for us to play with coming into 2025. So it's a quiet time of year, you know, it's Christmas, you know, we've all shopped up, we've all eaten up, so there isn't a great deal of news and stuff that I've noticed dropping, or perhaps that's because I've been entertaining myself with those boxes of chocolates and not reading enough. If I've missed something else, do let me know, and I will make sure to get it out there and mention it to other people so that we can all keep informed. You know, as I always say, please do, you know, share stuff that you think that's interesting, because I might miss it. I'm not omnipresent. I try and research a bit for these things, but sometimes things get missed. How about projects? Well, you know, your projects are going good, my project's going good. You know, a lot of my projects you've seen, and we've talked a lot about stuff since the last session and last live stream. So, you know, my advent calendar, and the prototype version of it is running away nicely behind me. That video went out and it seemed to be quite good, and I use that as a great opportunity to share some of the tips I've learned for using KiCad in order to design PCBs for these sorts of things. And you know, I'm historically a software engineer and an architect. I'm not historically a PCB designer. So, you know, there are bits of this that sometimes frighten me, and it's nice to be able to share tips to make things easy, like, you know, how do you get modules onto these boards? How do you design your own footprints and symbols for modules? And it's actually not that hard in KiCad. So, you know, it's, and at the end of the day, it then allows you to produce some really nice effects and really nice stuff. So the actual advent calendar I'm really quite pleased with. I've been enjoying it all the way through December. It's still running away in the living room and sharing the Christmas spirit with us every day. So I also had a fireside chat in December with Nikhil Dabas, the author of the Pico SDK Windows installer, and who's busily hard at work converting that to support the Pico 2 and the SDK 210. So looking forward to that. He did tell me just before Christmas that he's getting really close to releasing that, so that'll be good to get that out and have that, because not every one of us wants to spend all of our time in IDEs compiling. Sometimes we want to use our command lines and the SDK directly, so that would be cool to have. And I'm not wearing it, but I also converted my my name badge to be able to play video and I was really pleased to do that, because it bothered me initially that it wouldn't do video, and I wanted to fix that. Now, to do that, I had to use a Pico 2 or an RP2040 board. Actually, I used one from PIMoroni because I got a lot more flash then. But yeah, and as you see, if I can get that into the camera, I actually have gone very Harry Potter with the design now. So we have yes, a little head that just sort of slightly turns in a very Harry Potter-ish way, but it amused me. It amused me anyway. So yeah, getting video onto that was really good. It was tricky. There are bits of it that you have to be really careful with because these processors are not as fast as your desktop computer. So uncompressing a PNG graphic in real time in order to actually update that screen is actually quite difficult. And go check that video out. It explains all of it much better than I'm going to do off the spur of the moment after enjoying the Christmas mood. I should make it so Billy's just telling me that I should make a case for my badge. Actually, Billy, I'm not going to, and the reason I'm not going to that, because when people see the electronics and when they see all the bits inside, they want to talk about it and they want to ask questions about it, and that's the point, and that's the fun bit. So I want people to be able to see what it is, because I want them to ask the questions and I want to start the conversation, because then I can share all of the great stuff that we do and how fun this hobby is. And you know, a few days ago, and I'm talking about also videos that went out, I did an end of year review, just talking about some of the great stuff that we've seen. So I'll try not to share too much what's in that, but it's a bit of a recap and a look. If you can't remember what I've shared this year, go take a look at that video, and might be a jumping off place for some of the exciting things that you could do. Who knows? So those are the projects that I've sort of been working on this year, and stuff that's been out in the last few weeks. The stuff that I'm working on that I haven't shared yet, well, quite a bit of that is actually around the weather station. The weather station project that I've been sharing bits of for some time with you guys is still ongoing. And it's got into another one of those hard places again. I thought I was getting really close. I then had a little bit of a problem with power management, but I think I got over that, and there's a video coming out talking about the power management. But then I stumbled into another problem that my sleep code doesn't seem to be working anymore, and it's not going into hibernate and coming out of hibernate properly. Now this is weird, because I'd actually fixed all those problems and understood all that, and it was all working. So why we've now got into a problem where it sleeps, I don't know. But so I've put it on the desk and given it a break over the holiday season, and then coming, you know, I'll pick it up beginning of New Year and start working out what's going on and stuff. So that has given me the opportunity over the holiday period to start thinking about some new projects and stuff. And one of them is still early days, but I'm thinking about the concepts of building myself a little astro droid. It will be about half size, because if it's full size astro droid, firstly, I'm not sure I'll ever have enough print filament to build it. And secondly, I'm not sure it will fit around my house or my flat. So it's going to be half size astro droid. And yes, I'm just playing with concepts and trying to work out how much I can build, doing some test builds around little components, how am I connecting the motors up, how the wheels connecting, how the shoulders work, etc. The Astro Droid's quite more complicated than I thought it was going to be when I thought, oh, I just do that. It's a three-wheeled robot. It's just like DDD, my DIY dev droid that is also sitting on the shelf behind me. If you remember the DIY dev droid, if not, go and check out my videos on that, where I showed how I built a 3-wheeled ROS2 robot that I could drive around and have fun with. So this is, can I scale this into something that actually looks a bit more like an Astro droid and have some more fun with it. So that's one of the projects I've got an idea of, and I sort of have an idea of another droid as well that might get built. So early days. If you're interested in them, please do let me know, yeah, I'll keep sharing them and we'll see where we go. So those are the projects that sort of has been going on, you know, I'm trying to do as I come to the end of 2024. If there's any other really cool projects that you think I should be talking about, or if you want to share your project, I'd love to talk about it on the channel. We can have a fireside chat. I can drop it into these conversations on here on my next live stream. Just get in touch and we can see what we can do. Yeah, the more we share other people's stuff, the better as far as I'm concerned. So how about looking forward? What might we be seeing in 2025? Well, I think some more, hopefully, of the weather station. I really do want to get the weather station up and working and finally out there. The Astro droids, we've already talked about them. Some more stuff on Rust. In fact, I've got a conversation coming up, a fireside chat coming up in a couple of weeks on talking about Rust and Rust on the RP2040 and RP2350. So do look out for that. It's with one of the guys behind the RP HAL, Jonathan, and it's a really, really good conversation. I think I learnt a lot. I'm sure you'll learn a lot. Worth listening into that one. And of course, some IoT stuff. I'm already playing around with some other ways of not just Wi-Fi, but there are other interesting things we can do in the world of IoT. Yeah, check out that. Keep an eye out for that stuff. That's my sort of plan of things that are coming up project-wise in the next year. As always, there's so much stuff we could do, and it's all fun. So that's projects. So I guess we ought to talk about the channel and what's going on the channel and where to. So broadcast schedule is continuing with my full vlog going out on Thursdays, and then a 3-minute catch up on it going out on the following Tuesday. And I'll keep trying to do that. The 3 minutes, some of them are difficult, especially when you're doing things like fireside chats. Trying to take a 30-minute conversation that you've already cut down from a 50-minute conversation, and then trying to give a hint of it into a 3-minute conversation. Wow, it is quite a technical job, and perhaps I'm not the greatest video editor, but I will continue to do that because I think it gives, it's nice to get a little bit of a feed of stuff out. And then Sundays, I'm trying to get something out on a Sunday. It will either be a live stream or I might do a short or something. I will work on getting some content out on a Sunday in between as well. And, since we've met, I have had some success on the world of YouTube, and we finally got to being a full YouTube partner. I'm finally a full YouTube partner. That means you have to get to this level of 4,000 hours of consumed content within a year, and a rolling year, and that's what we've done. So we now are a full partner, which means I have access to all of the tools on YouTube to play and get everything out there for you guys, and see the full analytics around what's going on. So this is really good, and to help me sustain and build the channel going forward. So thank you all for subscribing and for watching, because without you I couldn't get anywhere near that, you know. But it is absolutely you that enable me to actually have any success on this as well. And in this space, which is, you know, a pretty minority interest, isn't it? You know, working with embedded systems and robots and things. You know, I'm quite pleased to actually have got the channel to that point. So thank you again. I appreciate all of you out there, and you know, all that you've done to help. Now, of course, you know, I've still got my super thanks button on the channel. So, you know, if things I provide are really useful and helpful to you, please do use the super thanks button to give me cash tips. I do appreciate it. I have been putting money towards going to the open source event in San Francisco next year, which is a conference for tinkerers and developers and makers, and would be a great place to go. Things have unfortunately changed just over Christmas, so I'm not sure what next year is going to bring and how things might change. Unfortunately, I got a cancer diagnosis just before Christmas, so things, exactly what next year might be like, I'm not sure. Certainly it's still going to be me having fun building stuff and sharing it with you, because nothing in the world is going to stop me doing that. But whether I will be able to travel, I don't know. So it's really early days, you know, and I'm not going to talk about it in the regular videos, but I might mention it occasionally in the live streams, because it's going to affect some of the stuff I want to do. So we'll see where we go and what happens. But yeah, you know, I'm sure I'll be fine, but we're just on that journey. Things like Maker Central, which is coming up in the UK in Birmingham, May 17th and 18th. I'll try and get there, but again, it depends what's going on with treatment and things and where we end up. We'll see. Please do remember, I've got all my Udemy courses out there. So if you want the more detailed and more walkthrough steps on how to get going with some of this technology and stuff, then, you know, I've got courses on various subjects that I'm putting out there, and I've got some plans to do some more as well, because from talking to you guys and from talking to the students and sort of experience, there are other gaps and other spaces where I think people could do with some help. I mean, things like CMake and how CMake structure works in some of these projects. Even, you know, GitHub and best practice around GitHub and libraries and things. There are other bits of help I could probably provide, and so I will be looking to put up some additional courses out there. So, and remember, I'm not just on YouTube, so I'm putting stuff out there onto other social channels as well. I'm all on these social channels, and I've also got a website, which I haven't done a lot with recently, I must admit. They're all out there. And I even added one. So I joined Blue Sky, which I quite like, really. I keep on joining additional social channels, but not actually leaving any. Perhaps I should be leaving some. Certainly some of them are not my favourite places, but yes, content is going out to all of those most days, so keep an eye on those. So there we go. So those are really, that's what's really going on in the world of my socials. That's what I've been up to, and that's what my plans are. And we will see where we go. We've got to Q&A time. I haven't seen any live question and answer questions coming through, apart from Billy's question about making a case for my badge, which I think I talked about. So no questions. So we will skip the Q&A session for this time, and I'll try and make sure that we've got some canned questions to keep us going in Q&A next time when I do my next live session. So that's where we are. So thank you very much for watching. That's it for today. I will be doing another live stream in January, probably on the 26th of January would be my plan at the moment. Let me know if you have any questions for that, or better still, let me know if you've got any projects that you'd like me to mention or share. I'd love to share it. Just a Git repo address, a bit of description from you, and perhaps a photo, and I would love to talk about it as part of the live stream. So do think about that, and please do subscribe and please do like. I'd really appreciate it. Wait, do I have a 1.3-inch screen? I think I've got 1.28-inch waveshare screens, Billy. If that's the screens that you mean, and I've got the 1.68 screen as well, both from waveshare, the ones that are RP2040. So yes, I've got those and have played with those. I'm happy to have a conversation about that on Discord if you like. Yeah. So until next time, please do keep tinkering, and please do also jump over now to the Dev Eco channel for the after show party, where we can have a bit of a chat and see how things go. It's been lovely talking to you. Have a great rest of your holiday season, and I can wish you all a happy new year. Bye bye for now, guys. Bye bye.